Hare Krishna, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. We continue reading from Caitaniya Caritamita Adi Leela, chapter 10, text 85. Tanra Madhye Rupa Sanatana Barashakha Anupama Jiva Rajendra Adi Upashakha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Among these branches, Rup and Sanatan were principal. Anupam, Jiva Goswami and others, headed by Rajendra, were their sub-branches. In the Gaur Ganadesh Tipika 195, it is said that Srila Jiva Goswami was formerly Vilas Manjari Gopi. So we have been seeing here that how the Goswamis of Vrindavan, they are actually gopis in Golok Vrindavan. In Chaitanya Leela, they came as the Goswamis, but in Krishna Leela, they are the gopis, the Manjaris. Manjaris are the young girls. They are also gopis, but they are the younger assistants of the gopis. That's why they are called Manjaris. From his very childhood, Jiva Goswami was greatly fond of Srimad Bhagavatam. He later came to Navadvip to study Sanskrit, and following in the footsteps of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, he circumambulated the entire Navadvip Dham. So the Navadvip Parikram, Jiva Goswami did that. He was the son of Anupam, the youngest brother of Sanatan Jiva Goswami. And then he came to Navadvip to study. He was very scholarly. Jiva Goswami, very scholarly, has done great contribution to give a lot of scriptures, a lot of Bhakti Shastras to us. And then he came to study Sanskrit. He did the Parikram. And after visiting Navadvip Dham, he went to Banaras to study Sanskrit under Madhusudan Vachaspati. And after finishing his studies in Banaras, he went to Vrindavan and took shelter of his uncles, Sri Rup and Sanatan. So Jiva Goswami, he studied Sanskrit under Madhusudan Vachaspati in Banaras. And then he went to Vrindavan. This is described in the Bhakti Ratnakar. As far as our information goes, Srila Jiva Goswami composed and edited at least 25 books. They are all very much celebrated and they are listed as follows. Hari Namamrita Vyakarna, Sutra Malika, Dhatu Sangraha, Krishna Chara Dipika, Gopala Viruddhavali, Rasamrita Shesha, Sri Madhav Mahotsav, Sri Sankalpa Kalpavriksha, Bhavartha Suchaka Champu, Gopala Tapanitika, a commentary on the Brahma Samhita, a commentary on the Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, a commentary on the Ujjvala Nilamani, a commentary on the Yoga Sar Stava, a commentary on the Gayatri Mantra as described in the Agni Puran, a description of the Lord's lotus feet derived from the Padma Puran, a description of the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani, Gopala Champu in 2 parts, and 7 Sandarbhas, the Krama, Tattva, Bhagavad, Paramatma, Krishna, Bhakti, and Priti Sandarbha. So he's written so many books, you know. There are 25 of these 25 of them are mentioned. He composed and edited at least 25 books. So it's like a great feat, you know. He's a great scholar. He's given great contribution to the Vaishnav literature, towards the Vaishnav literature. After the disappearance of Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami in Vrindavan, Srila Jiva Goswami became the Acharya. of all the Vaishnavas in Bengal, Orissa, and the rest of the world. And it is he who used to guide them in their devotional service. So Rupa and Sanatan Goswami were the acharyas when they were there. After they disappeared, then Jiva Goswami became the leader of the Vaishnavas there in Bengal and Orissa. Narottam Das Thakur, Srinivas Acharya, Shamananda Prabhu, they all studied under Jiva Goswami. They came to specially study under Jiva Goswami. In Vrindavan, he established the Radha Damodar temple, where after retirement, we had the opportunity to live from 1962 until 1965, when we decided to come to the United States of America. So in Vrindavan, Srila Jiva Goswami established the Radha Damodar temple. This Radha Damodar temple is still there, and Srila Prabhupada, before he went to America, when he was living in Vrindavan, he had his rooms there for 3 years. He's saying 62 to 65, he stayed there. And his rooms are still being maintained by the devotees of ISKCON. They are very beautifully maintained. This Radha Damodar temple is a very special temple where the samadhi of Rupa Goswami is there, samadhi of such great acharyas is there. And the Govardhan Shila, which Krishna had given to Sanatan Goswami with his footprint, is also there. So really wonderful temple to visit to in Vrindavan. When Jiva Goswami was still present, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami compiled his famous Caitaniya Caritamita. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, the author of Caitanya Charitamrita, when he was compiling it, Jiva Goswami was still there. Later, Srila Jiva Goswami inspired Srinivas Acharya, Narottam Das Thakur, and Dukhi Krishna Das to preach Krishna consciousness in Bengal. Dukhi Krishna Das, later his name became Shamananda Prabhu. Earlier his name was Dukhi Krishna Das. Later his name changed to Shamananda. Srila Jiva Goswami, it's also a wonderful pastime of how his name changes, how he sees Srimati Radharani. A wonderful pastime there. Jiva Goswami was informed that all the manuscripts that had been collected from Vrindavan and sent to Bengal for preaching purposes were plundered near Vishnupur in Bengal. But later he received the information that the books had been recovered. So because Srinivas Acharya, Narottam Das Thakur, and Shamnanda Prabhu, they were sent from Vrindavan to Bengal with all these books, the literatures written by the Goswamis for preaching purposes. But on the way in Vishnupur, they got stolen. And then how Srinivas Acharya, he gets this back. At that time, there was no that, on the internet, books are easily available, or, that they're just printing presses that you can keep on printing as many as you want. No, all these were handwritten, original manuscripts. They're lost. Where they're going to get another one from? But they were recovered by Srinivas Acharya. And then the king of that area became a disciple of Srinivas Acharya, and so did all the other residents also. It's also a very wonderful pastime there. Sri Jiva Goswami awarded the designation Kaviraj to Ramachandra Sen, a disciple of Srinivas Acharya's, and to Ramachandra's younger brother Govinda. So this Ramachandra Kaviraj is the one that Narottam Das Thakur was very great friends with, that he's asking always for the association of Ramachandra. And the Kaviraj title is given to Ramachandra by Srila Jiva Goswami. And Srila Jiva Goswami called his younger brother Govinda Kaviraj. Okay. So while Jiva Goswami was alive, Srimati Janava Devi, the pleasure potency of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, went to Vrindavan with a few devotees. Janava Devi was the wife of Nityananda Prabhu, a great preacher. She was preaching. She had so many disciples, so many people following her. She is, after all, the consort of Balaramji. Nityananda Prabhu is Balaram, Janva Devi is his eternal consort. Jiva Goswami was very kind to the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, the Vaishnavas from Bengal. Whoever went to Vrindavan, he provided with a residence and prasadam. His disciple Krishna Das Adhikari listed all the books of the Goswamis in his diary. So very hospitable. Jiva Goswami was very hospitable to all the Vaishnavas. He was making sure that they were comfortably situated, they had a good place to stay, they had some good prasadam. So let's stop here for today. I'm not sure if there are any comments or any questions. Thank you so much for listening and enjoying it. Caitanya Caritamita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhaktavinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.